to the third episode of 911 Wine.
Just to fill everyone in, Hillary's already spilled one glass of wine on her computer.
Is it really a recording session if the wine doesn't end up either on myself or part of your furniture?
Good point.
We've made it 3 episodes.
3 episodes. Wow, we're almost ready to cross into a new year. We closed 2019 out. What are we reviewing today, Hillary?
Today we are doing December 2019, and we're also doing a flashback from September 1995.
Cool. Why did you pick September 95?
I don't really have a logic behind this one. I was just scrolling through the database of old police logs and clicked a random one, and the one I initially picked was really boring, and so I found this one, and I found one in there that I was like, okay, this is a good one.
Perfect.
So
I like it. Well, okay, so on the theme of questions here, what are we drinking tonight?
I'm going to let you explain what we're drinking.
So we're drinking a 2015 Gurgitch Hills Chardonnay. Have you ever been there?
I have been there
a few
times.
So what do you think?
I really like it.
Awesome.
I like that It kind of has the history of the valley. Like Tom was telling us in our last podcast, the big judgment of Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the few wine facts I know is that Mike Gurgitch was the winemaker for Chateau Montelena, which is who Chardonnay won against all the French wines. And that's what made our little valley going from growing figs and prunes and farmland to world renowned.
Okay. Absolutely correct, Hillary. Nicely done. You're basically ready to be a wine influencer now.
Thank you. I just need a few 100,000 followers on Instagram.
Well, you only have
a bit more of a bikini body and a better wine collection. But I'm practically there.
Almost there. I like it. Anyway, yes, the Tasting of Paris, like you said, they tasted a 1973 Chardonnay in 1976, and it just blew everybody away. The French thought it was French and not American, and here we are. But anyway, so Mike Gurgitch was the winemaker there, and immediately after the Tasting of Paris in 1977, he was approached by Austin Hills. Have you ever heard Hills Brothers Coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? You know, the little, the red cotton with the little guy and everything. So Austin Hills wanted to get into the wine business. Mm-hmm. So he found the guy at the time who was absolutely Mike Gurgitch, made the most famous wine in California's history between him and Warren Winiarski, who won the red side of it, right? The Cabernet side,
fun facts.
right?
It's hard to keep up with.
Sure, and that was Stag's Leap. So between Stag's Leap and Chateau Montelena, they took it, and Mike Gurgitch, a huge part of that, obviously, was offered 50-50 ownership in a new winery with Austin Hills. So they created Gurgitch Hills. There you go. And they actually broke ground on it. I think it was July, the 4th of July, Independence Day on 1977. And when you go into the tasting room at Gurgitch Hills, you can see their groundbreaking, picture of their groundbreaking.
Oh, I've seen that before.
Yeah, that's the one, right? And they also have one of the 1973 bottles of Chardonnay there on display. It's also
in the museum.
Which one?
Natural history? No, that's
bigger.
That's where
the Smithsonian.
I was close.
Yeah, close enough.
There's dinosaurs versus
wine dinosaurs.
I will say though, if this podcast doesn't work out for you, because I know this is your top priority in all your careers,
definitely,
I think you could get a job at their tasting room.
Oh, you're right. Well, that's because I bring all my friends there because it's
but
a 2-minute ride by 4-wheeler.
You've kind of got this spiel down. I feel like Mike it's a missed opportunity.
Hey, Mike, if you're listening, I'm willing to do part-time at the cellar.
By part-time, he means once every other month.
Yeah. That's all I can afford. But if you haven't been there, totally worth a shot. And they're actually doing a big remodel right now, but it's going to be it's going to be a great new tasting room that they're going to open up here shortly. So
I have a naive wine question.
Let's hear it.
I don't know if that's the right vocab word.
Sure.
But, so Chardonnay doesn't last as long as red wine.
Correct. Yep.
So you were saying they tasted the 73
mm-hmm.
and it was 3 years later.
Right.
What's the typical shelf life for Chardonnay.
Man,
Do you know
I'm
this?
probably the wrong guy to ask. Can we phone a friend? Where's Tom? Where's Tom Rinaldi? It's a good question. I think people generally say about 10 years is like it's like the age of a white, and then you kind of want to drink it. Yeah, but it doesn't mean it would be bad. I think it would be really cool to try an old Chardonnay.
I have. I don't remember loving it. But...
Yeah, they oxidize maybe a little bit more, so they get a little more darker in color.
3 year, because we're drinking a 15 right now, and we're right on the cusp.
Yeah, it's like 4 years.
20, yeah.
It's really great. It tastes awesome. I mean, it's really crisp, fresh. It's not like that oaky bomb type of Chardonnay that you might find other places. It's really got some good acidity, and it's refreshing. It's nice.
Tropical flavor.
Tropical flavor. Right?
It's well balanced.
There you go. Perfect. Again, both Hill and I will show off our naivety in the wine tasting realm, but that's really not why we're here. I mean, we kind of are, but the big reason we're here, just in case you're just tuning in on the third episode, is to read the police log.
It's the true crime of Napa Valley.
True crime.
We've kind of talked about this in every episode, but for those people that don't live here, our police log, it comes out every week in the local paper. There's like a dedicated section to it. We used to have monthly DUI reports too, which I really loved.
Oh, I miss those.
I got rid of them.
What a
I like
deterrent.
to go through and see how many people graduated high school with, or how many friends, parents were in there. Very scandalous.
Always makes you feel better about your life, right?
Doesn't it? It's like, I made it through another month. I'm just kidding. I'm very responsible in that regard. Just so we're clear. Why don't you?
Should I start us off?
Yeah.
I'll start us off with my favorite one I've seen here today, which is Thursday, December 5th at 11:32 in the evening. A man reportedly punched a bouncer on Main Street. He'd been denied service because he was already drunk. Police arrested 36-year-old St. Helena man on suspicion of battery, violating probation, and for an outstanding warrant. So I think lesson here is if you have a lot of other problems, you definitely shouldn't go punching a bouncer on Main Street.
No.
Especially because there's one bouncer on Main Street.
I wouldn't want to get in a fight with him.
And I would, yeah. And who would want to?
Well, no, you shouldn't want to get in a fight anyway. But I mean, he upholds that job of a bouncer.
Yeah.
We're talking about our local bar, the only one that we have, just to clarify, in case anyone was confused if there was another bar going on.
So anyway, I don't know. We don't know what happened to him. Hopefully he's improved his life. And then later on that same day, Thursday, December 5th, a Honda had reportedly been parked on Edward Street since November 29th. That's like a 6-day window there. I've definitely parked my car for more than 6 days in a place.
Was it Thanksgiving late this year? Or was it early?
Gosh, I don't even remember.
Because maybe they were just gone on vacation.
They probably were. I feel like people in St. Helena just give everyone a break if someone's parked there.
Well, in the summertime, we ride our bikes a lot everywhere.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely days where I'll ride my bike to work.
Yeah.
And leave my car.
Yeah. And it doesn't move. Maybe they were just riding their bike to work and it didn't move.
Yeah.
God bless. How about this one? Monday, December 9th. A stray dog was seen in the bushes near Hunt Avenue parking lot.
Hunt Avenue. All the action. And what kind of dog? Did it find a home?
I do wish they had a little bit more detail on some of these.
Because if it's a breed I'm looking for, I'm willing to adopt.
That's true. Well, there's another entry in the police log, Hillary, that has, I think, something to do with you and a dog. Well, we'll get there.
Oh, dear.
Here we go. Here's one.
A caller requested extra patrol of a Main Street property on weekend nights due to people partying and leaving beer bottles on the lawn area.
Party, just don't leave your beer bottles.
It doesn't say where the party is, so how can we show up to hang out?
We can at least ride our bikes there.
Exactly. What about an old one?
Let's hear it.
Monday, September 11th. Side note, isn't it weird to think about September 11th before September 11th happened?
It's crazy, yeah.
Anyway, offshoot. Napa
Going anywhere with that, or is that it?
No,
okay.
That was just a kind of side comment that now when we think of that day, our world has changed.
It's true.
Anyway, Napa man reports he went to a Main Street residence to retrieve stolen items from him, and he was threatened with a rifle. Man is making a statement regarding the stolen property.
But not the fact that someone pointed a rifle at him.
Just the stolen property. I guess in 1995 we were a little more Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild St. Helena West. Not bad.
Maybe they really didn't belong to him. I don't know.
He was really concerned about his property.
I mean,
Obviously.
And so was the person guarding it with the rifle.
I want to know what it was.
They need to be more detailed so we know what was stolen.
How about this? 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Friday, December 13th. Friday the 13th. God, what do you think happened on Friday the 13th in St. Helena? This could be just groundbreaking, tragic, I don't know what.
DUI?
Nope. Guess again.
Drunk people on Main Street?
No, worse. Ready? A rooster crows every day on Pope Street. End of entry. Okay, so that's your Friday the 13th. And really, that's the most exciting thing that happened that day. There was a scam. Someone lost their wallet, shoes, and socks. No, didn't lose. They found wallet, shoes, socks, and a hat on their back deck where no one was supposed to be. Okay, that's creepy.
Do you think there was a burglar? Do they have a hot tub?
The naked burglar?
I bet they have a hot tub.
Have you done this before?
I haven't. I have my own hot tub, but...
Whoa, excuse me.
No, I just mean...
That you're not out hot tubbing.
I'm not out hot tubbing around town.
It's a good way to be.
I try to, when I wear bathing suits, to keep it in a yard.
Preferably your own.
And I don't leave my hat or socks and shoes around.
Do you at least take the evidence with you?
I try.
Fair enough.
No promises.
Okay, Saturday, December 14th. This may be the best one of the entire month. 2023, 8:23 in the afternoon or in the evening. Report of a dying raccoon in the northbound lane of Main Street near Pope Street. An officer got it out of the road. So do you think he got it out and took it to the vet?
I hope so.
I'd like to think you did.
I hope so.
Yeah. Hopefully Dr. Gold was ready to go to help save that raccoon.
Anyway, on Thursday, September 12th, Public Works advised that a deer is dead on Highway 29, so they didn't get this deer to the vet in time. Near Vintage, Caltrans reports it will respond, but possibly not until the morning.
Wait, what time was this?
3:46 p.m.
Where did Public Works go?
They were dealing with the raccoon. They were resuscitating it.
They were trying to find Dr. Gold.
They were saving his life.
Where was he?
They were running a full code on the side of the road. Once my friend, though, growing up, told me that, the animals on the side of the road were just, taking a nap. And there was a hot second that I truly believed that animals on the side of the road were just sleeping.
Just taking a dirt nap.
And they were just taking a siesta.
Oh, hell. Like this report, this is Saturday, December 14th, 10:30 at night. Report of a pedestrian, possibly drunk, walking in the middle of Highway 29 and waving at cars. The person was later arrested for an outstanding warrant and for bringing some cheer to St. Helena at 10:30 at night.
I think they were trying to turn themselves in. They were waving, saying, "It was me, it was me."
It's me, I have the warrant.
That's definitely it.
Oh, did you know anything about this? This is 11:30 at night, the 14th of December. A dog was briefly reported missing from Oak Avenue, but her owner soon found her. Did you know anything about that? Anything?
Yeah. Hypothetically, if a dog were to go missing for, say, an hour period of time in December from an Oak Avenue home, I don't know anything about this, but I'm just saying hypothetically it could have been when someone was dog sitting this dog, and they got there and the gate was locked and the dog was missing. So this is all hypothetical. Someone may have called their family in a desperate need to come help. Their brother even walked over from Anna's Cantina.
Wow.
It turns out missing dog, hypothetically, this is all a story I heard about in the Sunshine Market line, was hiding under the deck the whole time.
Thank God we found the hypothetical dog.
So, that's why it was only temporarily missing. So I was told.
Tuesday, December 17th at 12:30, second report of a rooster crowing within the city limits.
Do you think it's the Pope Street?
It's probably the Pope Street one. They probably had to just not mention Pope Street again because between Pope and Hunt, no one will ever want to move to the east side of the tracks ever again if they watch or read this police log.
Like Pope Street has some of my favorite houses in all of town. Okay, it has one favorite house in all of town on it.
Which one?
605 Pope Street. It's a French style American. I'm just throwing out architectural terms now. But I grew up babysitting at that house. It is like my goal one day to buy it. It is like my favorite house in St. Helena.
Okay, cool. So if you own 605 Pope Street.
And you'd like to sell it.
You'd like to sell it, just be aware.
I can do payments over the next 300 years.
$20 per year for the next 500 years. Okay.
Okay, what about via 911? So this is not like a call to the back.
Right.
It was a call straight through the emergency line.
Ooh.
Caller alerts officers to argument, and responding officer warns a very drunk man to stay inside his home and stop harassing juveniles. It wasn't even Halloween.
Who's he harassing?
Juveniles.
The only time that you can sit on your porch and harass juveniles? Halloween.
We went over this. But this was September. Maybe it was like a first day of school. Maybe he was actually cheering for them, got a little too much intoxication. It was like, go steady, go.
Oh.
No?
I don't think so. It's possible. How about Sunday, December 22nd, 6:02 in the morning. This is early. On a Sunday. Wow. Okay. Caller said he was fueling up his car on Main Street when an underground explosion blew the cover of an underground tank 5 feet into the air. Smoke was still coming out of the ground. The fire department made sure the power was off. A technician was on his way to fix the problem with the distribution tank. Man.
Whoa.
That sounds like serious business.
Scandalous.
Do you really think it went 5 feet in the air?
I think they measured it.
Probably was loud. Do you think the power was really the problem?
PG&E gets blamed for a lot around here.
It's true.
So sometimes I like to take their side and say, maybe not.
Maybe it was that raccoon again. Maybe he came back from the afterlife.
You ready for another animal story?
Am I ever not ready for an animal story?
Callers say a possum spelled O-P-O-S-S-U-M, opossum.
Opossum.
A possum. That's not actually how you spell possum, is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
It definitely is, Hillary. Yeah. It's the proper spelling.
Wait.
Hillary's a doctor, everyone.
You're joking though, right?
No, I'm not. It's definitely spelled opossum.
Okay, well, callers say there was a possum spelled the correct way.
Everybody, I'm sorry. You're probably used to more exciting podcast stuff, but this is as good as it gets on 911.
A caller said a possum is in the garbage bin and can't get out and is almost dead. Officers advise his caller to take bin into vineyard and open it up. Do you think they resuscitated the possum too with the raccoon? The deer was a goner.
What about Public Works? Were they available?
This was at 8:34. They're definitely off.
Definitely gone. They're definitely gone.
I mean, excuse me, 6:34.
Yeah, at 3:30, Public Works is apparently gone. In the 90s, they definitely work a lot harder now. So.
Because there's a lot more possums and raccoons, or like.
Someone's got to bring the animals to Dr. Gold.
You forget all the dogs and cats and.
Well, if someone wouldn't keep losing them at night when they're house sitting. We wouldn't have this problem.
That never happened. So, and they keep them in the yard safe. They just lose them in the yard.
How about Christmas? December 24th. Nothing interesting happened on Christmas Eve or Christmas.
No.
We have a medical aid. We have someone asked for help obtaining a restraining order.
Oh, that's a very unfortunate holiday season.
That's a good Christmas present. My restraining order is complete. Yay. A Tesla was parked in a red zone with Hunt Railroad with its flashers on. Oh, a woman reported almost being hit by a reckless driver on Allison Avenue. But really, almost? Does that count?
Attempted murder still counts.
Did you die, though? Did you die? No. A car was abandoned on Park Street. I mean, just nothing of interest. Let's see.
What about a resident reports a man selling steak sauce on the street? He was very rude when his offer was refused. Do you think it was A1?
I hope he had something more interesting than just
steak
A1.
Sauce?
Well, if he clearly made it himself. No, he may not have. This is 95. People weren't into the Kraft steak sauce scene, were they?
No.
It was just
Kraft
like...
beer, no Kraft steaks. It was the classics.
So there's A1. There's one more big type. What can you say that one? You know what I'm talking about? It comes in a black, in a bag.
Are we talking wine now? Or
No, steak sauce. We know all the wine you buy goes into a bag when you walk down the street, Hill, but we're talking steak sauce.
In a bag?
How do you say that with the W? It starts with a W, ends with a stir.
Worcestershire sauce?
Thank you.
Oh, I thought that.
I think that's right.
No, I just cook with that.
God, I can't even spell that or say it.
Worcestershire.
Good night. Yeah, well, you know, I just hope someone bought his steak sauce. He should link up with the Stockton Street Singers, and maybe they could do like a singing steak sauce selling event.
Ooh.
You know, they like sing for you, and then they like sauce up your steaks.
In December, we have like a fair, like a craft fair kind of.
Well, there's the Harvest Festival, but that's in October.
No, but I think in December there's like a
town
craft fair.
At the Native Sense Hall.
So maybe the singers could carol to the steak sauce.
That's perfect. What kinds of things do they sing about, though?
Sizzling steak. And a Happy New Year.
I like it. Oh, let's see. What else is good here? This is fun. December 28th. 6/24. Half birthday. Congratulations.
You know how I feel about
Hill
my
was
birthday.
28.5. Report of a drunk man falling down trying to get into a car on Charter Oak Avenue.
That's unfortunate.
A little bit early for New Year's, but he was getting a head start.
The caller reports via a cellular phone that someone had smashed the front window of a business in the 1000 block of Fulton, and that the next door business also had its window smashed. Whoa.
From a bad person. Is that what it said?
No.
Oh.
This is just a normal person.
Wait, is this the one you're reading? 637? Yeah. Someone, God, I thought it said someone bad. I was like, duh, it's not someone nice.
Well, maybe they were going in to get something important. Like, you know those crime movies that you watch and, like, you know they're doing something illegal, but it's for the greater good of life?
You really want something like that to be possible in St. Helena?
I really do.
Instead, we have, on December 29th at 11 o'clock in the morning, someone put trash bags over speed limit signs, including near Crane and Sulphur Springs. An officer found 9 bags. It must have been a prank. So instead of really high crimes and misdemeanors, we have people putting
trash
bags over stop signs.
They were trying to make their own Autobahn. We've got some nice cars here. Let's make a little course.
The St. Helena Raceway, Sulphur Springs, Crane.
What about a band playing on Spring Street agrees to keep it quieter after officers respond to citizens' calls regarding the noise? What time do you think this was at?
After 10. Fair game after 10.
8:19 p.m.
Baloney. 8 o'clock at night. Enjoy the music. What day of the week is this? Saturday. Come on, people. Come on. That would be so cool.
I know.
I'll get over it.
Oh, here's the important question of the podcast. September 1995, where were you?
Where was I? 5th grade.
And who was your teacher?
Miss Christensen, St. Helena Elementary School.
Did you learn a lot?
Actually, I think that year I learned a lot about organizing. She was super into organizing. We had to make out our schedule for the day on on my sheet of paper. What classes we had. Oh. Yeah, I had to tab out our folders. I used that skill all the way through my Army officer years.
Do you think this is what made you successful in the Army?
Absolutely. The Army is basically taking care of a bunch of 5th graders. So it worked out perfectly. Being a commander, yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I'm glad you got these lifelong skills from St. Helena Elementary School.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
What about you? Where were you in 95, Hill?
September, I was 4 years old.
Wow.
I would have been attending We Care preschool.
We Care.
Did you do We Care?
Isn't We Care the name of the pet rescue place?
Yeah, it is. too. My parents did not send me with the pets, though.
I mean, that would make sense.
That would make a lot of sense with my weird dog obsession at this point. A lot of sense. They really should have thought of that.
In fact, you bring up a good point here. Could we make some sort of a like daycare plus
Dogs.
pet care? The kids take care of the pets? That might be bad.
I think they're quite ready for that. They're like 4.
Okay. You've had a long history with fish as pets, though, right?
I have.
Can we hear a little bit about your fish pets?
You know, in college, I brought home David Yearman, and he was a beta. Right now, I have Charles Louis Tiffany. He's doing pretty well.
Okay. Also a beta.
Also a beta. So my fish also make my Christmas card every year. They're part of the family.
Once I got a Hillary Happy Christmas card, I knew I'd arrived. But that one, R.I.P., was Donatella.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Donatella Versace. She was a good one. She was my transition back to California, and we really went through all those hurdles together. So anyway, back to September 1995.
If we could have like a counter that showed how many people like turned off the podcast, and when that happened, I would put all my money on the fish. The very beginning part where we start talking about Hillary's fish. I promise, folks, the podcast is going to get better from here out. But if you're interested, we could really use you to hook your wine, your olive oil, your cocktails, whatever you make. We want to drink with you and then read the police law.
So yeah. Anywho, back to the log.
Let's hear it.
2:08 a.m. on a Sunday.
Okay.
While a patrol officer spots fire that turns out to be from a burning stack of Playboy magazines, helps homeowners put out the fire.
Homeowner? Who owned the magazines?
At 2:08 in the morning, they were just burning them.
Man. This
is my question now. In today's day and age, are Playboys via the Kindle?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I legitimately don't know. I heard they went away from the whole...
paper products.
Yeah. It's all digital.
That's what I was wondering. Is Playboy now digital?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
I'll
do some research tonight.
Was this some little boy that was like, I'm just gonna
get rid of the evidence?
Yeah, exactly. My fingerprints are on them. And then lit a fire and
then his parents were like, "What's on fire?" And he's like, "Oh, magazines."
Yeah.
I don't know.
So was this a bond? Was this a Playboy bonfire?
Think how much those would legitimately probably be worth money to collectors now, right? I don't know.
I don't know. This is both an area of expertise that we're not aware of, but...
Well, I hope the fire department came and helped. No, it's just the police department.
Just the police officer. So it could have been a big fire.
Okay. Sunday, December 29th. This is the last one for December. A child was seen defecating in the bushes near Hunt and Edwards. First of all, there's those who have and those who will, so I'm not judging anyone. And second of all, that's really close to where I live, so maybe I should go check my bushes out.
You know that dog poop you thought was there? That's human poop.
Oh, man. Oh, well, December was good.
Yeah.
What's the plan for, what's the next plan for January?
So, January, we're going to have a special guest, but we'll wait, to announce him.
Okay. All right.
Just because, things change. So, I don't want to make any podcast promises that I can't fulfill.
I mean, right now we have such a huge following. What's our Instagram up to?
I would have to look.
It changes by the day because we continue to lose followers.
We gain, but thank you so much for following us and listening to us. You can find us at 911 Podcast. Spell out 9 and 1. Don't just type it out, the numbers. No hyphens, separate words. I've explained this a lot to all my friends to make them to follow it. Podcast. You can also like our page on Facebook, where we put when we're releasing new episodes. If you'd like to come be a guest, or if you've been in the police log, or we read a case that you were in.
Good call. And if you find this tremendously boring, I'm sorry, but it's a free country. Just turn it off. And remember that Hillary made me do this. I'm just doing it to help a friend out.
You took pity on me.
I did. She had such a great business plan. Idea. Maybe not business plan. Idea. we also would be willing to include anyone who wants to sponsor the podcast. We don't have any advertising yet, which is a plus.
But we would sell your product.
Absolutely. For the low price of...
We'll discuss it.
We'll talk about it.
Once we get a lawyer.
Yeah. And if you're a lawyer, we're also looking for legal advice. Cheers, Hill.
Cheers.
Good job.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
You enjoy your evening and be safe.